Whoop. All right, so I'm here, regular clothing. Whoop. It's just been a long day. I just want to say I had an issue, kind of like a personal emergency. Everything's okay, for the most part, I believe. Hopefully, everything works out. But I had a bunch of stuff planned today, and something came up, and I had to start canceling everything. And I was kind of getting to the point where it was kind of like do or die kind of a thing, where I was still trying to make some of my obligations that I had, and I got to the point where I realized, I'm not gonna be able to make them, so I had to kind of just clear my day and just make sure that I was able to take care of, the emergency in itself. And there's two things. One is about being present. I think you got to be intentional. I knew that I couldn't be there for my clients and for what was going on, what I was trying to address for them, and at the same time be trying to deal with this emergency, and I had to make that choice. And I was trying my best to do both at the same time up until the point where I just realized, like, you got to just start canceling things, you know what I mean? And everybody that I canceled with was completely understanding and totally fine. I was able to kind of get back with them later on in the day once things were somewhat resolved. And the second part is, in my mind, I had to get over calculating how much money I was losing by not taking these meetings and addressing some of the stuff that was going on with my cases. And I think you have to get out of that too. I was talking to a friend, a colleague the other day, yesterday actually, and I was saying, how when you're with a solo firm or you have your own firm, you can really basically, you can almost calculate your own steps to wealth just by the amount of clients that you have. And I was thinking the other day that I'm getting to the point now where I have to kind of start questioning whether or not I have too many clients. Am I getting to the point now where I have to start being a little bit more judicious about who I can actually represent or how many clients I can represent? Because, I'm kind of getting to the point now where I feel not overwhelmed, but I can't necessarily give every single client the type of attention that I would like. I'm patenting myself. I'm claiming myself to be an international lawyer, and two of my clients are actually in Japan. And I was thinking today, those two clients are so valuable to me because they give me the credence that I would need to be able to say that I'm an international lawyer, and I developed those relationships when I was in Japan. But the type of care that it takes, and I was talking to the type of care that it takes to have that kind of long distance professional relationship is totally different than, my American clients. And I'm trying so many times, I'm like staying up late trying to talk to them and address some of their needs. And we're going back and forth. We're like, I'll send a message one day and it won't be received till, maybe the next day or a couple of days later, especially around this holiday time. People are traveling, and, I'm going to Asia next week. And so I'm kind of hoping to be able to address some of those issues, not issues, but just, be able to address them face to face in that way. But at the same time, when stuff comes up where, like today, I had to take, just take a day basically, I can't get into the mode where I'm thinking about what I'm losing. I have to really compartmentalize. Like, this is something that's important that has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with clients, nothing to do with business, but it has to be addressed in the way that I'm giving it the focus that it needs, so that when I do come back to work, when I do go back to servicing my clients, that I'm focused on that and I can be very intentional about that. So I think those two things were the thing that's important. One, just unplugging from the work itself, because that's my personality. I'm always thinking about work. Kind of, I love to work, But the second part is to not dwell on what you're losing by not focusing on work, especially when you're a solo practitioner, or if you have your own firm or you have your own business. You can't just get caught up in the dollars and cents of it all, because I think a lot of it has to do more than with money. It deals with relationships. It deals with quality of interactions with people, and that really will be something that is sacrificed if you are sacrificing, something that will be sacrificed if you are jeopardizing your personal life in order to be a workaholic or try to make every single dollar that's out there. So those are like my lessons of the day as I'm sitting here just kind of watching the Lakers go back and forth with the Kings. All right.